Hey, it's Dr. McLean with Vital Energy Chiropractic. Hey, I want to remind you that you are wired for health. You have something inside of you called innate intelligence. We're born to be healthy. So why are so many people sick today? Well, I was at a chiropractic seminar this past weekend. There were some really great speakers. I learned a ton of great information. One of the speakers was talking about, he lives down south, and he had this little palm tree in his front yard. And his wife, they were doing some landscaping. His wife said, I want that removed. So he started digging and he dig for hours and hours, and he's cutting and digging and cutting and digging. He could not get this palm tree out, even though it was only 3-4 feet tall. And so he finally called a professional. A professional came in, he's looking at it and says, well, I can see what your problem is. He said, see that big oak tree right here? These are intertwined. He said that this palm tree has taken its roots and interwove it into this oak tree's roots. It's anchored itself to the oak tree. So this thing's not going anywhere unless you do some really serious cutting and digging. And see, the problem is that we have not anchored our health to this innate intelligence. We get blown around by the wind. Okay, so think about it this way. Imagine you're a king or a queen and you have your own castle and you've got a moat surrounding it and you've got an amazing army, but it's New Year's Eve and your army decides to party. So come New Year's Day, they're hungover, some are still sleeping, they're not feeling so good, and an army invades your castle. What's going to happen? Probably be able to get inside pretty easily because your soldiers are down, they're weak, right? So you have this amazing thing inside you called your immune system that's run by this innate intelligence. And it's an army, it's designed to fight off viruses and bacteria and things that are not supposed to be in our body. But what happens is you get up in the morning, you go through the drive-thru and you get a super sugar-filled latte. You're beating up your army, you're weakening your immune response. And then you go sit at a desk for 6 or 8 hours and you're not moving. You're not getting your oxygen levels up. And then you're stressing about the news that's going on and you're watching social media and thinking that person's got a much better life than me, and you're getting all stressed about it. And then your spine is shifted out of alignment from using your computer and your phone and looking down, and your head shifted forward, and all these things are weakening that immune response. And then you get exposed to a virus or a bacteria, a germ of some sort, and you get sick. And we think there's something wrong with our body. And instead of trying to fix our body and work with this innate intelligence, we go get, let's say, an antibiotic. And the antibiotic, anti means against, biotic means life. It's trying to kill everything, right? It's trying to get rid of the bacteria, virus that's not supposed to be there, but it's also killing everything. One round of antibiotics will permanently alter your gut bacteria for the rest of your life. I was on antibiotics a lot as a kid. So we get in this cycle. So if you can anchor back to that innate intelligence and say, okay, what have I done to potentially interfere with this intelligence that got me in a weakened state, and now I have this sinus infection or ear infection or virus of some sort. And let's work on that first. Now, if you have an emergency crisis situation, of course, go to the doctor. But let's anchor first to that innate intelligence. The best thing you can do is get a chiropractic adjustment. Now, chiropractic doesn't strengthen the immune system, but it removes interference from your innate intelligence that tells your immune system what to do, and it can function better. I've had times over the years where people said, yeah, I had the sinus infection for 10 days, and I finally went to the doctor, and the doctor said, man, you're never going to get over this unless you take an antibiotic. Well, did the doctor first tell you, hey, are you eating sugar? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you getting out in the sun and getting some sunshine or taking vitamin D supplements? Are you exercising, get your oxygen levels up? Let's remove all those things first and make sure that innate intelligence can work the way it's supposed to before we try an antibiotic. No, they probably didn't say that. So to me, that's very arrogant to say that this antibiotic is smarter than your innate intelligence. So anchor to that innate intelligence, get your spine adjusted. It's going to remove that interference and let that power come through, and know that you're wired for health.